Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us. Robin
Hi.
is here, but not in
My
Cindy's
dining room.
dining room, so this is interesting. Thanks. Kind of impromptu here. The uh, when we did the Cindy Whip parade, um, Cindy showed her scroll frame, and all my frames, other than Q snaps, which I dislike greatly, are occupied, and I don't want to unoccupy them. So right after the whip parade, I literally, 10 minutes after we got off the air, I literally went and ordered from Artisan Designs. I went and ordered their deluxe lock scroll kit because Cindy liked hers so much, and it looked like it was really good. So it just came yesterday, and sorry, got a cough, a little bit of throat thing, so sorry. So it came yesterday, and thought, hey, I had never heard of it. I wonder if other people haven't either. So we'll just do a unboxing. And then it was, all right, I'll film it, and then I'll edit it, and then I'll post it. And then I thought, nah, that's way too much work. So, and then if we do it live, then I thought, well, you guys could ask questions too. So a plus there. But then setting this up with all these cameras became almost as much work as just recording it. But that's all right. We'll have fun doing it. So
Yep.
why do I dislike Q snaps? Because I find them incredibly, they hold things tight, but I find them incredibly inflexible to set up and to adjust later. I don't like what they do to the linen, and I realize you can put the felt in. It just seems like there's so much monkeying around to get them just right that I can do it in half the time with a scroll frame or a slate frame or whatever. So and I have a whole bag of pieces. I can put together about any one I want, but just, yeah, grew to dislike them. So,
I do use Q snaps. They aren't my favorite, and I do use the felt to protect the stitching.
yeah,
But some of these pumpkins, especially, I'm using hoops on some of them. On some of them, I'm using Q snaps. Some of them are the scroll frame.
yeah, yeah,
So it's whatever I can do to support it.
yeah. Well, I don't do very many small things either, and so Q
Right.
snaps I think work better on smaller things, and that's pretty rare that I do anything small. So, if I do, it's needlepoint, and then that goes on stretcher bars. So,
Right.
yeah, I just yeah, and I just got frustrated with them. So, and I know people use them and almost exclusively and love them, but
Hmm.
I'm not one of those. So, yeah, sorry. Um, So hey, thanks to everybody for joining us. Wow, for a last
Yeah.
minute thing. Um, oh, Pat McCauley's. I think it's Pat. Hers arrives tomorrow. Okay. Underwhelmed by Lockscroll frames and lap stand by them, but maybe just need to get used to the Lockscroll setup. Okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll start from the beginning. We'll lay some groundwork, and then we'll. I have not taken this out of the box, so I have no idea. But get us unmuted here. All right, so here at artisandesign.com is the website that sells these. And then down here on the right, bottom right, is Lock Scroll Prices and Ordering. So, um, there. All right, so here I got two different mouses going. So what I did was I went in here and you can order all the parts. And then they have the basic lock scroll kit, which you can see is two 6-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, and then 12 and 18-inch scroll rods, and then the locking knobs that go with it. So that's the basic kit. That's 73 bucks, and then you can buy all the parts. And then what I ordered was the deluxe kit because it seemed to me like if I was going to spend, if I was going to get a kit, and I ordered the kit because I basically wanted to make it easy for them to ship it right away. So it seemed like for 73 bucks that it wasn't it was a better value to go to the next one and have 12, 18, and 24-inch scroll rods and all the pieces. So that's what I ordered, was the Deluxe Scroll Kit. And they sent it out, like they shipped. I ordered it that night, and it was shipped the next day or the day after. And yeah, I mean, I got it yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm not sure which, but anyway, it was quick.
It was quick.
Yeah, and it says on their website 2 to 5 weeks, but I think that's remnants of the pandemic, where they were trying to keep up
Right.
with, I'm sure, heavy demand. So, because when I saw that, I thought, oh man, this is going to take forever. But yeah, I got it right away. So, and then it seems they actually have a thing in here. So anyway, let me go back. So it was 108, and then shipping was 23. So it cost me 132, shipping and everything. So 132 bucks for 3 scroll frames, and it seemed like it was a pretty good deal. So that's the background. Now the package here, I'm going to flip to yet another camera. All right, so here's the package, and I have not taken this out, so we're all experiencing this together. And so it comes with a statement here, where they design. It's not fancy packaging. It's basically they want it to protect it more than have a pretty package for you, which is fine with me. I could care less about having a bowl wrapped around it. Spare me that.
Mhm.
So it says that they've now isolated the rods from touching one another by using high-density styrofoam billets and crumpled newsprint paper, which is, this stuff. And basically, the message is here in this piece is that they took care to make sure that it arrives okay. And then you get instructions here for how to put them together, which, according to what we gathered from Cindy in the whip parade, probably shouldn't need them, but good to have. And then not sure what this is. Some kind of an ad, promotional product tag. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. Clearly well packed.
Mhm.
So this, they did use the styrofoams, but it came apart. This one, these fell out in the shipping, so it was, good effort. You can see they've got, whoops, they got holes to hold all these things. The plan was to hold everything in the right holes. There's holes in all this foam, but it all came apart. But anyway, it's so well packed that nothing got banged up or anything. You can tell it all stayed together. So this is the foam that they talk about. Looks like insulation foam. Went down to Home Depot
Yeah.
and grabbed some. Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, their plan. Credit for the effort. So
Gary, D wants to know what project you're putting on the frame.
the Beloved is the first
Oh, the
one.
one that Beth sucked you into.
Yeah, yeah. Best. Yeah, that one. It's all Best's fault. Yes. So, all right. So here, I'm gonna get these things out and then get rid of the box. But now the long ones are all, yeah. They made an effort here. They made an effort to protect these rods and not let them get all banged up. So credit for that. Like
Yeah,
these
mine were all in one big long bag. They
Oh,
didn't try to separate them at all. They were just all together.
oh, yeah. I mean, these long ones they're wedged in the box tight.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that foam. I can use that foam other
Oh
places, I'm
yeah.
sure. So, okay, so credit to them for packaging.
Yep.
There's a real effort to make it and protect things. So here's what is it? 12, 18, and 24. So now these knobs here, Cindy, then these are the ones that we use on the one end to tighten, right?
Right.
Okay. And the rubber bands are on here to hold the stick in that Cindy was showing us. Here's the stick
Right.
that the fabric goes in the slot, and then you cram the stick down in there, and then when you start to roll it, then it pulls it tight.
Hmm.
Watch the questions for me too, would you please?
Yeah. Inherited says she's going to start 50 projects this year because she's turning 50.
There we go. There we
Yeah, I
go.
think it will be insanity, Inherited.
Yep. I admire the yeah. Yeah, she's on the kind of the Beth path.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Beth's starting more products or more things, and it's fun to watch. So, okay, so that's the deluxe then, and that was the reason I got the deluxe. Is so now I have 3 sets of scroll bars. What is it? 12, 18, and 24. So then the
Now put the rubber band back on the one you just took
oh,
took it
good
off
point.
of so you don't lose it.
Good point, because I just flipped that rubber band away like I didn't ever need it again.
Yeah, and I don't, I'm sure that they will replace those bars,
I'm not going
but
to play that game.
yeah, protect them. I
Good
I
call.
guess if I had one complaint, it would be that the bars fall out, when there's nothing on them to hold them in there, and
Yeah,
it's easy to lose them, or. So I've done the same thing. I've kept kept the rubber bands, or done
yeah.
something to make sure the bars stay with the
Where is
rods.
that? Yeah, I use here if I can find them. Oh, here they are. What I'll end up using is I get these rolls of Velcro from Home Depot or Lowe's.
Hmm.
And so what I'll do, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm glad you brought that up because I would have had sticks dropping out all over the place.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean I know I would have. So I won't, rather than mess around with the rubber bands, I'll get these Velcro things and I'll just wrap around like that
yeah,
and hold it like that.
yeah. Because the rubber bands are going to deteriorate
Right.
and
So
fall apart.
yeah.
Perfect.
So that's
Yep.
that's what I'll do. These this is one of the handiest things. You can pick these rolls up, I don't know, for just a few bucks.
Yeah.
And it's just these. I use them for all kinds of things, but it's this just this strip of Velcro has a little hole on the end,
Mhm.
so you can put it through, or you can loop it through like for cords and stuff. And I use these things. I keep a supply all the time because I'm forever using them. And for instances like this, where yeah, you're
Mhm.
right, a rubber band. So I'm all done with that rubber band. But already the stick is falling out. So there's there's lesson number one right there. Good call.
Yep.
Good call. Yep, fell right out on the table. So, and you know how it's going to fall out too. It's going to fall out, and I'm going to roll my chair over it and snap it,
Exactly.
and then yeah, yeah.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
there it'll be. All right. So that's the sticks. That's the And then I was reaching over to get my linen for Beloved, which is 17 or 18 inches long. So it looks like that's going to have to go on the 24-inch bar
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to be comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
because the 18 is going to be
Yeah.
right up
Too
snug,
tight.
and that's, you need the gap in between. So
Yeah.
that settles that question, is I'll need the 24s for this, which is okay. That's why I got them, was so I would not have limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we have these packages of, oh, here, let me go back to the other cameras, because, yeah. So we have these other packages of these knobs. So these are what go on the end then.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm going to work with the small ones so that we can
Yeah.
get this out of the way.
And you need your bars too,
Yeah. So
the
these are going to
sidebars.
go on the ends like so. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bars are going to go, yeah. Now, these are all packaged in bubble wrap tightly, I might add. These are, must be oak. They smell and feel like oak. So
Yeah.
there's two lengths. So this is 9.5, and this is 7.5. So two lengths of these bars.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, when I got the Millennium frame, my Millennium frame, to me
Mm-hmm.
that was probably I made a mistake, and I got the longer vertical sides,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to go order the shorter ones, because the longer ones, I was having to reach too far.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd never bought them. So, but now these, at these lengths, either height is going to be okay.
Yeah. I mean, you have to move it more frequently, but it it's I don't like to reach either.
Yeah,
You don't want to have to reach too far.
right. To me, that's scrolling it more. I'll do that all day long, compared to having to constantly reach
Mm-hmm.
and just be uncomfortable
Right.
stitching. So yeah, I have no problem at all scrolling. So all right, so let's just start with the short ones, just for
Mm-hmm.
entertainment purposes. So then I'm going to take the short one, and I'm going to put that on here like that, correct?
Yep. Yep.
All right, we're doing this without the instructions, so we'll see how intuitive this is. All right, so we're going to screw that knob on, and then we're going to take, now do we put, all right, it seems to me we'd put it like this.
Yeah, that's the way I have mine.
That's the way you have yours. Okay, that made
Mm-hmm.
sense to me. All right, and then this one goes on here,
Mm-hmm.
and there clearly you're going to want to do them together like that. So there we have
There you go.
a frame set up.
Yep.
And then there's 4 more of these come, so you can have 2 set up. So you can use both sets of vertical bars, side bars, because our 8 knobs come with this. So you can set up 2 of them, and then what that leaves then is a third set of of the horizontal bars, the scroll bars. So then if you wanted to have 3 set up, then you would have to buy whatever of these side ones and then another set of 4 knobs
Right.
if you wanted to do that.
I did.
Yeah, and I can tell right now I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would want to be able to use all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so that's what the deluxe kit then provides. It allows you to set up 2 scroll frames, one with the of one each of the lengths, and then you would select from your 3 scroll rods. And if you want to be able to have a third one, then you would set up. You would have to buy another set of these, either the short or the long length, and then a set of knobs to go on the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that let's see. 6-inch sidebars are $14. Um, 8-inch are $15. So this is not terrible.
No.
Oh, I could have bought the Artisan. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, the Artisan would have given me 3 sets of sidebars, but still just 2 end things. Oh, I didn't see the Artisan set. So anyway, there's all kinds of options, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, not horrible to buy another set of these, and then the knobs are. Uh, I don't see the knobs, but I know they're here somewhere.
Kendra does huge projects. She got 7-foot dowels, 3/4 inch in diameter from Lowe's, and had her husband cut them down.
Oh,
And she uses some El Cheapo sidebars from a cheap scroll bar set at Michael's she got for a $5 clearance. That's a pretty good deal.
yep. Well, see, that's yeah, because if you have a router, you could easily cut these slots, or a dado or whatever. You could easily cut these
Mhm.
slots. Yeah, yeah. I
So,
mean,
Kendra, how do you attach the fabric, Kendra?
yeah,
So, one of the things that I like about this is that it is sturdy. It
yes,
doesn't warp. Once you get the knobs tightened down, it'll be solid.
yeah. No, I just snugged them up here, and you are dead right. Yep, that is rock solid. There's no twist there, nothing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then these internal ones, these are the ones these are the
Those
ones
are
that lock it down. Oh, I see what happens.
those are the ones that tighten the fabric.
Okay, so I twist it to tighten it.
Whichever way you've got your fabric. Either
Okay.
if you've got your fabric over the top, then you twist them one way. If it's so, mine, Candor uses thumbtacks. She just tacks her fabric to the um,
Okay, here, let me
dowel.
go to
Oh,
you. Hang on. Hang on just a second. Yeah, show.
oh, always going the wrong way. So I'm working inside.
Right.
So my fabric goes this way. So I would turn my scroll bars like this. I'd turn them in. If you have
Okay.
it going over, then you'd turn them the other way
Okay, yeah, and I would
to
stitch in the
tighten.
well like you do. So, all right, so the one there on your right that you turn, you turn that and that tightens it, the internal one.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. And then
Yep.
the end pieces are what lock it so it doesn't spin back.
Right.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Inherited stitches her project onto twill tape, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's perfectly all right. Rick, I would not use these
Nope.
with Congress cloth.
Nope. Stretcher bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Congress cloth is just a little stiff uh, for something like this. It's really a kind of canvas.
Yeah, and I don't think you'd want to curl it either.
No. Mm-mm.
I think that you'd really regret it if you started scrolling that around those rods. You'd be really sorry when you pulled it off. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. Scroll
Stretcher bars.
stretcher bars. Yep.
Hmm.
So okay, so that's the Scoochie's scroll bars, big ass project. Hope they work with my floor frames. Oh yeah, yeah. There's so many ways of attaching. See, and I hate sewing into twill tape. I don't know. I just always have.
Yeah.
Um, I like these. I like these type of thing, and like the Millennium frame is effectively the same kind of thing, a little different
Hmm.
design. But I just like that. Yeah, that's sewing on. That was when I first started on scroll frames, sewing onto that twill tape, sewing canvas on, needlepoint canvas on, and then I realized I
Oh.
shouldn't be using scroll rods for needlepoint canvas, and yeah, yeah, yeah. That was back in the day when you got advice from your store and really no one else. So,
Hmm.
okay, so that, all right. So let's experience this then. Let me switch back to here and dismantle this, and then let's experience putting the linen on and see what this is like. Now that was something there it was right there. Okay, when they locking it in. As I tried to turn this, as I try see the this
Hmm.
was locked in tight, and then
Hmm.
as I tried to loosen this knob up, it turned the whole rod. So I can see
Hmm.
how that's holding it.
Yep.
That's holding it tight and keeping it from getting loose again. I have
Hmm.
to say that I'm kind of surprised that the inserts in these and the knob are not flush. They're kind of all kind of not squared off.
Hmm.
Kind of disappointed there, but that's just being picky, I'm sure. All right, so we're gonna go with the longer
Yeah, mine are
side.
kind of sunk in.
Yeah, but they're just not square.
Mm.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but
Picky, picky, picky.
yeah, well. All right, so here. So this is going to be off the screen because I can only get the camera so high. Um, so some of these parts are going to be off the screen. I'll keep it on as best I can. So then we're going to put that like that, and then so we have these on the same side. All right.
Yeah, take the rubber bands off before you put both
No,
ends on.
good point. That's why I wanted to do this, is so we could, and with your experience, then
Well,
all
you could
these
just cut the rubber bands off,
all
you
these
know.
annoying little things that what I do the other day. Oh, I had to tear apart the lock on our front door because it was all gummed up with old grease and stuff, and re-grease it. And I put it back together wrong, and I had to take it apart again. And it was like, yeah, okay, rookie. You know, and a locksmith would have laughed at me 3 times. But all
Hmm.
right, hang on just a second. Bad cough these days. Hang on.
Kendra, I don't think they have 40-inch bars, but they might make them for you.
Yeah, somebody suggested that they do that if you ask them, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't. Seems like it wouldn't be a big deal to.
Right. I use hair elastics to keep the bars in because I have long hair and I have a lot of hair elastics around.
Use what you have.
Now, Martha, he has those Velcro cord wranglers. He just put put showed them to us a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah, these.
Yeah, there you go.
Where's the one? Yeah,
Yep.
just these. I mean, I just keep. I have a couple rolls of them. I keep a couple rolls up here, and then another roll in the basement where I have my workbench and all my bike stuff. I mean, I am forever using these for something. Like when I pack my bike to travel in a bike bag, there's a pipe insulation foam goes over all the tubes on the bike. Hold them
Oh
down
yeah.
with these
Hmm.
rather than tape or something that I have to deal with. And then
Right.
yeah,
And you
uh,
can't reuse these. You
right,
can just take them off and put them
yep.
back on.
Yeah, these are Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm sure I got these from Lowe's because it's closer. But yeah, you just
Menards, Ace Hardware.
yeah
Any hardware store should have them.
come in gray. They probably come in 2 or 3 colors, but who cares? I mean, I just buy whatever the first one is on the rack, and they come in a roll like this, and you just peel them off, and they're fantastic. They're handy to have. Cords. I all my uh, cords for computer stuff that like when I travel.
Hmm.
I got them to organize all those cords rather than shoving them all in a bag and having them all tangled up. I
Hmm.
wrap them all up, each one individually, and yeah, I use these things all the time. And even to the point where when I do overnight trips or multi-day trips with my bike on my bike, I always have some of these in the bag somewhere, just because you never know when you need something to
Right.
hold something down, and just to get you to the next town or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's okay. And you can see here, without me doing anything, as Cindy pointed out, these sticks fell right out. Yeah, so they need to be controlled so you don't lose them or drop them and break them. So, yes.
Hmm.
All right, so all right, that's the 24-inch here. And here's my sticks. Boy, these want to tighten up. This is great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, so we'll get the linen out. Now, I'm just going to test something here. So I use this with my Millennium frames. I use
Hmm.
this thing from, this one happens to be from Stitchville, but I have another one somewhere around here from Kim at Sassy Jack's. And these are to measure 3 inches in or 2 inches in, whoops,
Hmm.
from the edge to find the corner of your project. So I'm just going to try this and then we'll see how you do it, Cindy. So when I did the linen, I pulled threads and squared it all off so that I know that the sides are all square,
Hmm.
and then used the sewing machine and serged them, or put an edge on. It's not a serger sewing machine. And
Hmm.
then on the Millennium frame, then I will take this thing
Oh.
and shove it in like that. And then if I do it right, which I did, then see I can tell that it's in there square.
Oh yeah. That's a clever idea.
Okay? So that's what I use. And then I put this stick in here.
Hmm.
All right, and then we turn it like this, correct?
Yep.
And that gets it wrapped around.
Hmm.
So that holds the stick then like that.
Hmm.
All right. Okay, now, all right, so now tell how you would do it.
Well, I fiddled with it a lot more because I never thought to do something clever like that.
Oh,
I I
yeah,
I don't
I'm putting you on screen here.
okay. I don't square mine off like you do, but I do pull a couple of threads, maybe a half an inch or inch from the edge so that I do have a straight line. And I
Okay.
try to kind of wrap the thread around the bar on that straight line and then drop it into the slot.
Okay, so when you pull the threads, then that gives you a gap, and that's your indicator of a straight line then.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
But
But you
I
still have
really,
you still have some extra
yes.
toward the outside that
Hmm.
is not straight because you don't worry about that because you're
Right,
creating your own straight line. Okay.
right.
All right. So then the difference between you and what I do then is I sit here and pull out threads from all the edges till I can pull a thread all the way out from one end to the other. Then I know that's a straight edge, and then I trim off all the stuff. So I do a lot of monkeying around. Yours is probably much faster.
Well, yeah, because usually you have a lot more fabric than you need, and
Yeah.
the framer's going to trim that off anyway.
Right. Right.
So all of the work that you went to make it straight will probably get cut off
Yeah.
crooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, I trim it. I trim mine sometimes before it goes to the framers if I've got a lot of extra fabric.
Yeah. Now, see, I do that so that I can control and make sure it's into whatever frame square.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know it's waste, but I want to make sure that I can visually see that it's in square. But see, yours would save probably a half hour of monkeying around on my end to achieve the same thing, your approach.
Yeah, and you really only need to do it on the top and the bottom
Yeah, yeah. But
because
anal me has to do all sides. Can't help it. They're all square. I can tell you these things are square.
uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So different ways to do it then. Is more than
right.
3 inches required? No, I think three is, no, I never do more than three.
No, I don't either.
No. But it's three on all sides for whether it's canvas, linen, Ada, whatever. It's always for me three. Um,
Except you lost a half an inch making it square.
no, no, I didn't. Actually, when I cut it with the scissors, I actually cut a little longer, knowing I'm going to come back in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but yeah, always three. Some people say two, but I don't ever want a finisher or framer to wish they had a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's going to be throwaway anyway. I just don't want ever to make a finisher have to work extra hard to get it just right. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, to me, it's worth it. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so we've got inherited playing around with her lock scrolls now. Good.
okay. All right.
She
So,
said
all right.
earlier she didn't like them.
Yeah. Well, maybe we're helping her.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm going to take this one again. Where'd it go?
Okay, so wait a minute. Do you want it to go around uh, from underneath the
Yeah. Yeah.
scroll bar, not on top?
Right. So I was going to go like this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Does that work? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would have just gone under the scroll bar and brought it up on the other side.
Oh. Oh.
And
So
the yeah. And
you
the
would
other
have.
thing is you want to make sure that you're even from side to side.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, so you would have gone like this and then flipped it over.
No, no, you can turn them around. Put it back where it was and just pull the fabric up around the rod.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But what you were doing is fine too. It
Yeah.
doesn't, doesn't really make a difference.
All right. Let's see here how we do. And yes, that's the next step is to make sure it's squared up in the frame. Okay, so this one, you can see, this is where the fiddling comes in, because I
Hmm.
didn't get it. The first one, it was beautiful, but
Yes,
this
perfect.
one, not so much. You can see it's not in there square.
So D is wondering how you know where the 2 inches to start. So if you've got 3 inches from the top, how once you've got it on the scroll frames, how do you know where you're starting?
Oh, well, I'll take it off the scroll frame because I haven't marked mine. Now, okay, two ways to do that, or more than two ways. Um, you can just use one of these things and lay it on the corner, and then there's holes here, and so you can just mark, put like shove a needle through and into your cloth. That's three. That's 2.5. This is 3 inches, so you can lay it here. I just knocked everything apart. Oh well. Um,
Yeah.
the whole thing just came apart. Oh well. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Well,
Here,
you're
yeah,
you're gonna take you're gonna do this right when
right.
you're
So
not
you
trying to do
take
it on camera.
this gauge here, and you just simply lay it in the corner, assuming you have done 3 inches. You just lay it in the corner, and then this corner right here, is 3 inches in. So then just put a pin or a needle or something. I always take a piece of floss and just wrap it around one of the X's. So that's 3 inches in. So if you called this the top, if you're a top left starter like me, then this would be your first stitch would go here.
I usually just put a pin in there.
Yeah,
So yes, you do it before you start mounting it on the scroll bars, D.
yeah. And then if you want 2.5, then there's a hole right here, and then 2 inches, there's a hole right here.
Yeah.
And you can get these. I should be not supporting non-sponsors, but here I'll turn it over. I don't know how to do it like that. No, but Kim has these. Kim at Sassy Jacks has these, and so you can get these from her. And a handy thing that Kim here. Kim also has these little 4-inch rulers. Handy little things. Every now and then I'm
Hmm.
hauling this thing out. But check with her on both of those. So pretend this is Sassy Jack Stitchery right here. But so that's how you can do 3, 2.5, or 2 inch, depending on what your preference is. It's 3 for me, obviously 3 for Cindy. So that's your
Yeah.
top stitch.
And if you are using scroll bars, I would definitely want 3 inches. 2 inches is getting a little bit tight. By the time you wrap the fabric around the scroll bar,
Yeah,
you're going to be right up against it with your starting.
right. Yeah, because
So,
yeah, your time you wrap it around, you're probably going to wrap
yeah.
this much on the scroll bar before you even start, and
Hmm.
then you've got a scroll bar and you're trying to stitch here. You're trying to stitch right here, not even an inch or maybe an inch away from your scroll bar, and we all know how annoying that is. So yeah,
Hmm.
3 inches gives you that extra slop.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now and there's other ways. Like, okay, this is the ridiculous guy way to do it. This is what I do, and don't ask me why. It comes from my needlepoint training. And what I do is I'll take a thread and I'll put it in each corner. And then I'll take another thread and put it in each corner, and I'll find an X, and then in the middle, that's the middle. Because I like to know where the middle is at. And so I'll put a
Hmm.
thread there, and then sometimes I'll measure, and sometimes I'll count up to find the top center. And then I'll count over and get the top left. So I have 3 marks as reference points, which is I realize ridiculous, but for needlepoint, that's the way I was taught, and I found it useful to know top, center, and top left many times. It just, yeah.
Mhm.
So I do it. That's what I do, and then I just put it in and go, and that's what I'll do with this. So there'll be three pieces of floss tied in, and so I know. And then as I stitch from top left over, then I know if I'm getting to the center, I have a gauge there before I get too far. Like a border on a sampler, all right, I hit the center, or within 1 or 2 stitches, I hit the center, so I know I'm on track. But
Mhm.
I know most people laugh at me for that ridiculous amount of extra, but that's what I do. Yeah, and I don't know. Oh, the other way, and I'm really hesitant to do this. That some people do is they'll fold their piece into quarters, and I'm not
Mhm.
going to do it because I went to a lot of work to get all the wrinkles out of this. But fold it into quarters, and then that corner right down here, when you fold it into quarters, that corner then will be your center, or roughly close enough, and then you
Well,
can measure.
if
Hmm?
you did that before, you ironed it, you could
Right,
use some thread to mark the center.
right,
Once fold it into quarters, just put in a piece of floss, like you said, and then you can iron it to perfection.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do all that rough stuff, all this handling stuff ahead of time. Yes. Then
Yeah,
when you,
and if I'm going to grid something, I will do it before I put it in the scroll bars. I find the center and from the top and stitch my. I don't always grid the whole thing, but I might go ahead and do the middle on the sides and top to bottom.
yeah,
And I do that before it goes on the scroll bars.
yeah, yeah. Do all that handling stuff, and before you mount it. Yeah.
Hmm.
And if you baste, use a thread that is a big contrast from your ground cloth. Like in
Yes,
this one, use white or something like that.
but don't use floss because you can pierce floss when you're doing your cross stitches, and then it's hard to pull it out. So I use a sulky metallic machine embroidery thread,
Oh,
and it's round, and so it kind of rolls when the needle is around it. So the needle doesn't go through it.
now see, I don't baste, but that's good to know.
Some people use Sulky makes a metallic sliver. It's like a foil, and it's flat, and
Uh huh.
again, you can't put the needle through it, uh, and it's bright and shiny.
So the end result is you make an X, and then you can pull the thread out through that X rather than, okay,
Right. I don't know if you can see it. I have
yeah,
the center marked on this. It's just a green.
yep. Okay, so all right, so this is interesting then. So you basted the center line, and now you're
Right.
building off of that as you stitch.
Right.
Okay,
Because it's out in the middle of nowhere.
right,
There's nothing up here at the top left or top right, wherever. So
yeah,
I measured my 3 inches down to here, and then I had my center line. So I did count over to here
yeah.
to start the top of the bird.
But that's not too far to count, so that's much better.
Right,
Your
right,
accuracy's much higher. Yeah,
right.
right. No, no. I mean, that's like on samplers. If you have motifs sitting out in the middle of nowhere, man, it's count 4 times before you put one stitch in, and then check again.
Right.
Because yeah, if you're not careful, and at least within 1 or 2 stitches, you get yourself off, and then by the time you get to the other side, it's
Hmm.
oops. Um, oh
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Stitching in the middle of nowhere is, I hate that.
Yeah.
because you really have to check.
Mm-hmm.
And Kendra, you're right. I mean, I stitch in the well like Cindy does too. Um, it does make it easier to finish threads, but I stitch in the well to keep my hands off of the workpiece. That's my primary thing. But yeah, I don't. It's pretty rare that I don't stitch in the well like that.
Yeah, I don't usually stitch in the well when I'm working on a canvas project.
No,
No.
that's interesting.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Hmm.
But if I'm on scroll bars, then I'm stitching in the well.
Yeah.
And I also, when I'm using Q snaps, I stitch in the well.
Uh huh.
So Inherited sent you a picture of her
Yeah. I'm
setup.
checking right now. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting because I mean, there have been times where I didn't stitch in the well, and I can't really give you a good reason why, but for me, it's just to keep my hands off of the stitching, and then like as I go across, I have cotton handkerchiefs that I lay over the top,
Hmm.
and like hand embroiderers, or surface embroiderers, and goldwork people, they'll actually put a cloth down and cut a hole in it so they don't
Hmm.
touch anything around it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I cover up. Yeah,
Well, with the gold threads or the metal threads, the oils on your skin can really discolor those.
yeah,
So you don't want to handle them any more than you absolutely have to.
yeah. Here's Inherited's. Here, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, here's her setup. Okay, so she's stitching on top. Okay, and that must be their holding thing.
That's the that's their lap frame.
Okay, it looks very much like the case creation device.
Yeah. Right. Except it only holds the scroll bars on one side.
Yeah, and see, I don't like that.
Well,
I wa-
I actually switched from a case that was holding both sides to one of these. I was struggling with the case creations, and I wasn't happy with it. One side was tighter than the other side all the time, and it just got to be more trouble than it was worth.
yeah,
So, this, if you have something that's long, this is not going to hold it very well.
right. But short stuff, it
But
does okay. Yeah,
yeah, it's great.
yeah. Well, my big frame that has my long Millennium scroll bars on is a case creation. Um, it works, but I have to say I've got shims in it and all kinds of things. They made it longer for me. It's not their
Uh-huh.
standard thing, but still, I have shims in it to hold it so it'll stay somewhat square. And yeah,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'm with you. I'd be up for something else. Um,
Yeah, probably when you get something that's really wide, you probably need to just go to trestles,
yeah, yeah, I probably should. Yeah,
which
yeah,
is not something that we're accustomed to using.
right.
And I think it would be hard to use with scroll bars like these because you've got the knobs on the inside,
Yeah,
unless you have a lot of extra room,
right.
you'd be fiddling with it all the time to get it to sit on this trestle.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but this setup looks fine.
Yeah, it does. And there isn't any reason that you have to stitch in the well inherited. You can stitch
No,
on the top. It doesn't really
no,
matter. You should be able to get it tight either way.
nobody's going to issue a citation. No,
Yeah,
do it how you want. Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's fine. I love the magnetic strip on the side, though. That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Looks like it works to me.
Hmm.
She has a Lowry, yeah. Lowry are nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
floor frame is also an Artisan Designs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And that's a good
Uh,
one?
yeah, I've had it for, I bet, 30 years.
Yeah, well, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my,
And
my, my floor my floor is a case creation, a metal case creation that was given to me. And it's solid metal. I mean, it's not really that much different than a Lowry's, and that is good. That's a good one.
hmm
Yeah, I can't, and it's old. I can't see a reason to replace that. No, that's a good one. Um,
the reason that I chose the floor frame that I did, it's Artisan's Ergo floor frame because it's made to work with a recliner, and
oh,
that's what I was sitting in. So, with a recliner, you've got a base, so you can't put a Lowry or a case base underneath that.
yeah. So it's
So
oh
the
here's the ergo.
yeah, it has two arms on the bottom that open out in a right angle. So one side goes on the side of your chair and the other side goes in the front of your chair. Yeah,
And that's all wood.
all wood. And then you can and again, it's just from, it just holds one side of your frame. Pat says she loves her trestles. She likes the trestles better than her Lowry. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Pat, would you mind? Not doesn't have to be right now, and doesn't have to be tonight. But would you send me a picture of your trestle? I'd be curious.
Mm.
Um, I'd be curious to see that. So okay, so this is interesting. So this even the clamp is wood, Cindy.
Yeah. Yeah, the clamp looks just like the one on Inherited's lap stand.
Oh, okay,
It's
same
it's
thing.
the same. It is the same clamp.
And
It's the
that
same
that
size and everything.
and the arm, it just has to stay in that one spot.
It goes up and down, and you can turn the vertical post. You can turn that. The two arms on the bottom move. There's a great big lag bolt down there where
Okay,
the vertical and the two horizontal legs uh, come together. So it's the whole thing swivels.
okay. So there's some good flexibility in it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I and this is the knob that you see on the picture on the right. There's a knob up there where it's holding the whatever that is. Yeah, that knob is the one that I cracked
Oh,
3 or 4 years ago.
this
I mean,
knob
it just
here.
split. Yeah, that knob. It just split, because it was old.
Yeah,
So I just replaced the whole head, got a new one,
yeah,
screwed it on, went back to work.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm curious. Inherited now. I got to see what the gazelle is. What does the
That's
gazelle do?
that's the ergo, I think. Oh, that's no, that's the gazelle.
Oh, here's the picture. Hang on, I got to cough my brains out.
Oh,
Okay, so here's the. Oh, okay.
oh, I see. It's got kind of uh, got a different base, and the arm isn't as long. on it.
No, it looks like it's got a chart holder and thread holder up at the top then.
Yeah, I have that too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. And
Whoops.
Robin just commented that mine folds almost flat, and it does.
What did I just do here? Oh, yours folds flat, so you can store that easily.
Uh-huh. So many stands, so little money. I know, inherited. It's hard.
Yeah. But it's kind of key if you can find the right one for you. So, okay,
Oh, absolutely.
I see here she's got, so that's good. I can see now the adjustment vertically.
Hmm.
Because to me, that's one of the shortcomings of so many is the vertical adjustment that you're either hunched over or you're reaching up to get it just right. That's like my case creation, my floor stand. I had to build a box underneath it to get it up high enough so that I wasn't all hunched over all the time.
Oh,
And
yeah. No, this swivels up and down, and there's a bolt there too that you can tighten, so
yeah,
once you get it in a spot that you want it, then cinch it down and
right
it's
there,
going to stay there. Yeah,
that bolt right there.
right.
Okay. So with this arm swiveling up and down, you can get it exactly where it's comfortable for you.
Right.
Okay.
And mine works the same way. I think all of their, I don't know how many other say floor floor stands they have, but
Yeah. So the difference between the Gazelle and the one you have seems to be the base.
it is the base. Yeah.
And your base allows you to wrap it around a recliner as opposed to she's sitting on a couch here. I see.
Right. Right.
What's a lawn?
I think that's the lap frame.
Lap
Yeah.
and tabletop. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
So that's what Inherited has. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right. And you have the Ergo
Oh.
because that fits the recliner. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. How much is that little sucker here? Ergo. Um, no, that's not what you have, right? Is that what you have, the Ergo?
Ergo. Yeah. Uh, is there? So that says Ergo and accessories. Can you click on a link right underneath the picture of her sitting? It's no.
There,
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
240. Oh, that's
I
the
don't think.
whole.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
Now you pay extra for the.
chart holder.
I don't know. It looks like that. I don't know if the chart holder comes with it.
Yeah, but this picture here really shows. This is an excellent picture because this really shows how it works.
Yeah, you can actually get it beyond a 90-degree angle if you need to.
Yeah,
It's not going to be as quite as stable,
yeah.
especially if you turn it to get out of your chair,
Uh huh.
it can
Rob,
flop over real
Robin, I
easily.
hear that giant sucking sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, yeah, see, this really shows, this is an excellent angle because this really shows the flexibility that you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. If I brought one more stand in here. Okay. All right. So 240. Yeah, that's for that. That's I don't think that's too bad.
I don't think so either.
No. Yeah. Okay.
The metal ones, like the System 4 and the K's Creations and the other one that I've just forgotten, I think are quite a bit more.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Holy smokes, look at this thing now. This is the Gazelle. I mean, it's a cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. Wow.
Yeah, I do use the I have the attachment with the chart holder.
You're back on screen here.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
And I do use that. I don't have it set up now, but
Yeah.
uh, it's just convenient. It moves around, and I put my tablet there.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if I'm cross stitching, most of my cross stitch patterns are on the tablet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Or I'll put if I'm doing uh, needlepoint, I put the chart up there,
Mm-hmm.
so it's close to me, and
Right.
I don't. It's just easier to put it on the stand uh, uh, than it is to have it on a table and have to pick it up and look at it or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hear that sucking sound. Stop it, Robin. Oh, so let's go back. One more thing, and I don't know if people have questions. Hello. Yeah. Um, but let me go back here because we. I'm not going to put this all back together, but because it's now all in pieces again. But one of the things that you pointed out is when you attach here, make sure it's square, however method you use. But then you got to be careful down here that you don't get it
Right.
kitty wampus. You got to be careful. I mean, to me, it's really critical. Is
Hmm.
make sure that it's sitting square, like the distance of the. I can't. Oh, here's like the distance here to here is the same, or whatever. But you don't want your cloth uh, unsquare, and because when you tighten this down, that's when you'll pay the price for that.
Right.
Is if it's not square, then it'll
Hmm.
torque your linen, and yeah, and well you'll just have to redo it. But yeah, to me it's really key to make sure that it's square when you put it
And
in the slots.
you don't have to have an equal amount on either
No,
side.
no,
You just need to make sure that on the top and the bottom, if it's 3 inches away from the bar on the top, it should be 3 inches away from the bar on the bottom.
right, right, yeah. One, it's got to be the same on one side for sure, whatever that
Right.
is. So like
Right.
you could have it sitting way over to the side like this if you want, as long as it's equidistant.
Hmm.
But center's better.
Which is a good reason to have a nice straight edge on either side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's like any project. The prep work is what makes the difference.
Right.
You take the time to square it up, however you square it up, get it in the scroll frame the right way. then when you
Mm-hmm.
clamp it down, all the threads will run vertically and horizontally the way you want them. It'll be even tension across the
Mm-hmm.
whole bit. Now, one thing that we touched on in your whip parade, sorry, I'm operating at the edge of the table, was the magnetic things that you use on the sides of yours. Do you have that handy?
Yeah.
Because we touched on it and then didn't explore it anymore. Do we think even weave is less squirrely on it? I don't think it matters. Same difference.
No.
No. Okay, so all right, so let me ask a couple questions here. So without those magnetic things, you're still getting drum tight all the way across, right?
Yeah, it's loose now because I haven't been working on it, so I loosened
Yeah.
the sides up. Uh, I am not sure why I put these on.
Okay.
It could be that I don't have the, I have to check it. It could be that it's kind of loosened up on the corners, so
Okay.
it's not quite tight. I might take it out and use your method of jamming the fabric in the slot.
Oh. But those hold though. Like those when you put those on, those magnets hold quite well then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And in fact, they come in a package of, I don't know, 20. And let me tell you, it's hard to get them apart.
Oh, okay. They're that strong then. That's what I
Yeah.
wondered. Yeah.
They're rare earth magnets inside
Yeah.
the plastic.
Okay. Because it looks like they hold, but I wondered, will the cloth slip out? But it sounds like no way.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. It's not slipping out.
Yeah. And then Inheritance says it paid a lot for tensioners and their Velcro. Yeah, I mean, there's others like the people have those ones, the clips like for mittens.
Yeah, I have those on another project which can't I don't see close to me.
Yeah,
And those work okay.
yeah. I've never on my Millennium frame. I've never felt a need to have side tension. I'll be curious on this one to see what
Hmm.
I experience. We'll see. Yeah, but I mean, you see a lot of people do it, and you see people who will do it like a slate frame, where they'll actually lace it on the sides.
Right.
But
Right.
for me, then you have to unlace it if you want to scroll up or down.
Right.
No, way too
No.
much monkeying around. Yeah,
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 I think this one is pretty. I mean, I don't have it tight again.
yeah,
The edges are kind of floppy, but I don't have it. It's not tightened up.
yeah. D wondering if those
But
are latex, those magnets. Is that a latex or rubber?
I don't know.
Doesn't
I
know.
got them off of Amazon.
Yeah, sorry, D.
Yeah. I don't know I can't remember what they're called. I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
I have some other ones from I can't remember who I bought them from that have little they don't have the Velcro, they have little clips.
Mm-hmm.
Silicone. In here it says they're silicone.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't like the little clips because they kind of dig into the fabric and kind of, maybe I they haven't put holes in it, but I just wonder if they will.
No, I'm with you. I know what you mean. Yeah, any chance that it might alter the fabric, no thanks.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm with
Yeah.
you 100%. Yep. No, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So now
Oh, she
that's
put a question mark, so maybe she's not sure they're
oh, not so
silicone,
sure.
but they might be.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's another thing that you mentioned twice here tonight that you haven't stitched on it, so you loosened it up. And
Hmm.
I know that, some people keep it tight all the time. Some people, if you're not going to work on it for a while, loosen it up. Some people loosen up the scrolls every time they finish. Um,
I don't do that.
yeah, me
If
neither.
I if I'm not going to work on it for a while, which the pumpkins have been on the whip go, so they I work on them when they come up on the
Yeah,
when they get called. Uh, so I take them out of the hoop or off of the
yeah,
uh, Q snaps or whatever, and I do loosen up not a lot. I mean, this isn't going to fall off. It's just not tight. It'll go quite a lot tighter.
right. Yeah.
I just loosen, one of the ends a little bit, and then
Hmm.
it's. I don't know that it would permanently. I mean, it's linen. Linen is tough stuff,
Yeah.
and even the even weaves that are, a mix, a blend. I don't think you're going to stretch them out.
No.
The biggest issue is with a hoop, where you can leave a hoop mark. I don't think it really stretches the fabric out of shape, but certainly it can. It's like a wrinkle,
Hmm.
and it's hard to get out.
Yeah. Now, see, I'll
And if
like
you,
on my scroll frames, I'll leave them if I'm working on it, even intermittently. I'll leave them
hmm
tight. But if I know, like if I'm going on a trip or something, and I know it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks before I get back to it, or I just know because of my schedule that then I'll loosen them up so that there's a little flop to them. For what it's worth, I don't know. Uh,
yeah, Dee, I'd say Google them. I don't know what to call them, but or if you look on Amazon, magnetic. I don't know what to call them, but it will tell you what they're made out of.
yeah,
Kathy's more concerned about the constant pressure on the scroll rods if she doesn't loosen.
I don't.
I mean, I don't get any sense that the scroll rods
No.
are
Mm-mm.
are bending at all. I mean, they seem really, really
No.
strong.
I know on my Millennium frames, those rods are so darn thick, you couldn't get them to bend if you wanted to. But even
Yeah,
these, even these, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, that's what is that? Half inch, half inch dowel.
hmm
I think so. Where'd my right there, handy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, half inch dowel. And these are not pine. I don't know what wood they use, but they're not pine. If it was pine, I would be concerned about it.
Right.
But if you look at this, when I put this on, the tension is going to be all but what maybe 3 inches on each side.
hmm
So that's tension across the vast majority of that. I wouldn't worry about it bending the scroll bars. If I get one wrinkle in this thing, I'm going to scream. Came out perfect. Um,
Yeah, I can tell. It's beautiful.
yeah, I'm just really anal about it. I'm making it.
Oh, Pat sent you a trestle picture.
Oh, okay. Well, here, let me see. I mean, we all got nothing but time, so
Right.
let me just see what. Oh, she did. Right here it is.
Electric cord ties, they might be, Kendra. Yeah, they work
Oh,
great as needle minders too because they
oh, oh,
are
oh, 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 oh,
strong magnets.
oh, oh, oh,
Oh
oh, oh.
yeah,
Oh, check
beautiful.
that out. Oh, look at that.
That's great.
Oh my. Oh. Look at that. Okay, so we've got all kinds of things going on here. So this she's using zip ties, but these allow her to have any width of slate frame or any frame,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like these come out. She got adjustable slant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's lovely. Now that
Beth, we need this. Okay, Pat, where'd you
oh
get
Beth,
them?
hi Beth. Yeah. Wow, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. That's flexibility on top of flexibility. I mean, that takes up some space, but so what? Look, you can flop anything you want on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Those are nice.
I've got two if someone wants to buy one. I'm in Colorado. I'm liking that.
Mm-hmm.
Sturdy too. Look, oh man.
I mean, in a pinch, you could use a couple of chairs if you've got the right chairs with the right kind of back, or a
Yeah,
couple of TV trays, to kind of accomplish the same thing,
right.
much less elegantly. I mean, that is very elegant.
That's nice. I love the versatility. And look
Yeah.
how look how she got her has her magnifying arm right up through the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used one of those giraffe stands for a long time, inherited, and I finally, when I replaced it with the ergo stand, that giraffe stand was the squeakiest doggone thing. Every time you turned the head, it went, and, it was just gave me chills.
The giraffe stand. Oh, is
Oh,
that the one in the background there?
no, yeah, maybe it is. Pat says it's an Edmunds American Legacy quilt frame. Aha.
Oh. Cause see, I
Ah.
have I have one of those same base, and I build a top for it with two arms that pivot and have dowels at the end
Mm-hmm.
that I can. That's what I rest stuff on, like much like Pat's doing here. But it's not nearly as stable as this. This is rock solid,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
man. Oh, Pat, I'll get if Inherited doesn't want it, I'll give you $60. Except you'd have to ship it to St. Louis. That'd probably cost $60 more.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, there'd be that problem too in Colorado. I am really liking that. Thanks for sharing that, Pat. What's that? Is that what's on the ends, Pat, of the cross pieces? Is that washers or what is that keeps them from? I don't have any room for it either, but I'll make room. Mountains will be moved.
Oh, they're not bad
No, that's
online.
not bad.
135 to 175.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah. Because I've always felt a lot of trestles I've seen, I've kind of felt like they didn't offer enough flexibility to get them where you want them.
Yeah, that they seem just flat.
Yeah. And I
So
don't
you
want
you
that.
yeah. I mean, that's not ergonomically very good.
No.
It's better to have a little bit of a tilt.
Right. Because after a while, you just don't use them because your back, your neck, your arms, whatever's hurting every time. You just say, forget it. Um,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, she says large washers on the ends.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see what they did. Oh, okay. Oh, that's two washers, it looks like.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's crafty. Oh, inherited is 20 miles from Pat. Well, there went that stand right there.
Yeah.
They're meeting for breakfast. The big exchange in the parking lot. Yeah. Okay. That's a good one.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yep. We learned something. What's she working on? Let's be nosy. I can't get the thing to zoom. Come on, cooperate. What is that? Looks like she's. Are you painting, Pat? What are you doing? That's
Is it
involved. Wow.
surface embroidery?
Yeah, it could be. Pat, what is it? Hmm. Curious.
Yeah.
All right, that's a winner. That's a winner right there. Yep. Yep. Okay. What else we got? Do we get anything else we didn't cover?
I
Oh my, it's
don't.
8:30 already.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, we were talking about your book where you log everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it reminded me that because I think I'm going to try and do that, but it reminded me of this is another option. Kim does sends these out with every package. It's a
Yep.
adhesive thing, and I'm sure you can get them from her, like in a number of them at Sassy Jack's.
Yeah.
But this is another way, and then just tack this on the back of your framed piece,
Right.
you know, to remember.
Especially especially if you give it away.
Yeah, yeah. And these are good size. These are uh, yeah, 4.5 by 6. So these, this is not some little postage stamp patch. I mean, these are a good sized piece, but and they're
And they're
dull. They're dull, so you can actually write on them, and the ink doesn't
Mhm.
smear. Kind of important,
and and they're peel and stick.
right? Peel and stick. Yeah,
And I think she put a different squirrel on them every year?
yeah, I think so because this is the. I just got this the other day, and it's a different squirrel from others.
Yeah.
My others are packed away, but I keep them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have several.
but yeah, and I'm sure you can, like you could probably buy 10 of them from her or whatever. But this is another good way
Probably.
of documenting what
Hmm.
your yeah, the parameters of whatever you stitched. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yep. Yeah. She was going to get. She mentioned at some point in the recent past that she was going to get a higher quality of these and these corner pieces. So check with her if you're interested in these. Check with her. I'm holding this one up this way because they're not a sponsor. Uh, but check with her on those because I know she was trying to do better with these. I mean, these are fine. I use them all the time. Had them a long time. Um,
Hmm.
so I sent an Avlia work bag to my friend with floss drop, scissors, needles. Yep, that's a nice gift.
That is a nice gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's on? Wait, I missed something. Pat says it's also on the trestles sideways. Her
Mm.
crofus.
Is that your crafting office?
It's an ibis stand in wisteria. An ibis standing in wisteria. It's cruel. Oh, well,
Oh,
just a minute.
okay.
Just a minute. Oh my.
That's complicated.
Yeah. Wow. It's all cruel. Wow. Huge too.
Hmm.
Go Pat.
That's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, very cool. What are you using wool, Pat? What wool? Craft office. Okay.
Hmm.
Wow, that's going to be beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Bravo. It's so fascinating what people do.
Hmm.
It really is.
Yeah. So many different things to do
Yeah.
with needle and thread.
Yep. Yeah. Whenever I see stuff like this, I think back to when we started this podcast thing. You know, we were going to do 2 interviews a month because we were afraid we'd run out of stuff to talk about and run out of people to talk to. And I'll be dead 10 years before before the end of that line comes. I mean, there's just so many different ways and so many different things people do, and all of them beautiful in their own way. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so many new designers coming out with
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
you'd think that, everything's been done, but it hasn't.
Nope. Nope. No. Well, and isn't that Instagram? How powerful is that? I mean,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you. Looking for people to talk to on my
Hmm.
iPad, I I have so many. I bet there's 30 tabs open right now of people that I followed on Instagram, and then I click on their bio for their
Hmm.
page, and then save it on my iPad to see if they would do a show with us. And
Okay.
I just accumulate them because there's just so many. There was well, actually, there were a couple embroidery ones I tagged Beth on the other day. Never heard of them. Amazing
Hmm.
work, just amazing work. Tagged them. I'll write to them, and well, and you and Robin gave me a list here, a couple lists of half dozen people that I'd never heard of.
Hmm.
It's unbelievable, just unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
Robin and I were looking at the ANG seminar classes the other day, and there's several teachers in it. Of course, I haven't been to seminar for many years,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't get to know the new teachers as they come in.
Right.
But there were several names we didn't recognize.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty endless, and you get new people all the time, and geez, the number of people in the UK. I
Hmm.
just think that's just endless. I
Oh, it's
wonder,
Elsa Williams. It's an Elsa Williams kit called
really?
Enchanted April.
Wow. Huh. Okay. I gotta look it up now. See if we can see a enchanted what?
Enchanted April. Looks like Kendra's going to be following you, Inherited. Snooper thought it looked like Elsa Williams.
Oh man. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh man, she's gonna
Oh, you
have a
found it?
beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's gonna be gorgeous. Wow.
That is stunning.
Oh, Pat, bravo. Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna be gorgeous. Yep.
Hmm.
Wow. Yep.
I see what she meant now. She has this turned sideways so she could work on it from the edge
Oh. Oh, I missed that. Okay. Yep. That was
because I
at
can
one
see the
time Elsa
branches.
Williams was like the queen of
Embroidery.
yeah.
Yeah. And obviously her stuff is still available.
Yep. Oh, that's beautiful.
I think her daughter, oh, Robin and I were just talking about this a few months ago, still has a store in, I don't know, Cape Cod or someplace like that.
Yeah.
Now, her daughter is not a needleworker. Her daughter turned the store that Elsa started into, I think it's a clothing store now, but she still has needlework. She still sells Elsa's kits and things like that in her
Okay.
store.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Good to know that stuff just didn't get thrown in the trash when she, you hear that where designers die and the family doesn't want anything to do with it. That was grandma's needlework. Just get rid of it, and there
Yeah, so
goes.
do you see, we're going to change this to Gary's enabling hour instead of fiber talks. Except I'm not sure who enabled who this time because,
It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your
well,
fault,
no, no,
and
it's Beth's
this
fault.
is Beth's
That's
fault. The scroll rods are your fault. This is Beth's fault. Right here, all of it. Right there.
it's Narragansett. That's where the store is on Narragansett.
Okay.
Thanks, Pat.
Okay. I mean, I'll admit that that was my favorite when we talked to what's her name at Running with Needles and Scissors.
Hmm.
This was my favorite, but the fact that this is all lined up, it's all Beth. Hmm. Yep. Blaming her. Yep. Oh, take it, Beth. Yep. Can't get out of that one. But actually, when I saw this thing, yeah, I mean, that's
Hmm.
beautiful. I have to say, I was excited when I saw it. Of all of the ones that, what's her name? Strecker. Yeah, anyway.
Can't remember. It should be on the chart somewhere.
Well, but see, that makes sense that I would actually look.
Maybe not if it just has the name of her
Nope,
business.
nope, it's not. Anyway, that one, yeah, of all of them, it stood out. I mean, that's just
Yeah, you just
gorgeous.
talked to her a couple of weeks ago, right?
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Can't remember. Sylvia Strecker. Thank you, Kendra. See, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but no, that one stood out. No, I blame Beth, but not really because and these silks,
Well, if
these
it weren't for
silks,
Beth, you probably would have bought it but not started it right away.
right? Yeah, yeah. The fact that it's all ready to go is Beth. But look at these silks. I mean, they're
They're
gorgeous.
beautiful. Needlepoint ink?
No, Vicky Clayton.
Oh, I thought those came on spools.
They do.
You took them off the spool?
Well, I cut 18-inch lengths because that's the way I like to do samplers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. No, actually last night I cut. I like 18-inch lengths for samplers. That's the only place I pre-cut is for
Hmm.
samplers. And so yeah, I just sat and cut a bunch of a dozen of each, put them on the things, and then yeah,
Got
I've
it.
got
Okay.
yeah like 25 colors, something like that. Yeah, yeah. So
How
put them on
much
the
how much thread how much thread is on one of those spools? Do you know?
15 miles. No, 8.7 yards.
Okay, so about as as much as is in a typical skein.
Yeah, I think so. raises the question, why didn't she make it 9?
Yeah, because it's probably meters.
Oh yeah, probably is. What's DMC? People have long ago lost interest in us. Just
Nattering away.
yeah, about nothing.
I don't know. It's we got still got people hanging on.
Okay, where's the? Come on. It used to
I think
say,
it's on
didn't
the
it?
top. It should say on the top band.
8.7
I don't.
yards, 8 meters.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the meters, 8 meters.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah,
Because we're backwards.
yep. It's us Americans trying to impose our ridiculous measuring system on the rest of the world.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah. So that's what I did. Yeah, yeah. So I do these, just these cheap cardboard drops,
Hmm.
and then I have this tag that I put on there, and that tells me which one because I have multiple unfinished projects that all look the same after a while. So oh
Speaking of unfinished projects, did you get Sarah Parr done?
no, but I'm very close. I'm down to yeah another week maybe.
Oh, good.
Yeah, here's what's my camera
Oh,
doing?
see, yeah.
What's my
I don't
camera
know. It
doing?
went blurry.
There it
It's
goes.
focused up. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that must have been last year's.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, she really upgraded. Look at that. Woo,
Yeah.
photographic.
More colors. Yeah.
This must have come off a sampler or something. I think I've seen that
Yeah.
before. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I keep them. I have a bunch. Yeah, order from Kim. She throws one in every time.
Hmm.
It's the English's fault. What? Oh, yeah, yeah, measuring. Oh, Pat was ahead of us there. 8 meters or 8.7 yards. Yep,
Yep.
yep. All right. This half-hour show has now become. I literally, I literally thought a half hour we'd be out of gas, be done. But hey,
Oh no.
it was fun.
We get started talking and
Yep,
there's always more to talk about.
yep. Yeah, if people even knew, when any of us, all three of us, all four of us, whenever we record those podcasts that are an hour long, there's usually an hour on either side of that of talking. Yeah, it's yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I tell Marga I'm recording with Cindy. It'll just be an hour. She just looks at me like, yeah, no, you won't. Yeah. So, all right, we're out. That's it. Hope that helped
Okay.
people um, in many ways. So, all right,
Yep.
Sunday, Monday, Christmas Day, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Central Time.
Hmm.
Robin and Cindy and I will be stitching Christmas afternoon for an hour and a half. Just so join us if you're killing time alone or sick and tired of your family. Um, whatever floats your boat. But join us right here at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and we'll just have some more needlework fun. Um, I'll be working on Sarah Parr because I am close. So
We
join.
we understand the obsession inherited, believe me.
Yep,
We do.
we are have the same illness. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. So join us Monday, Christmas Day, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, right here for stitching fun. I know Robin, Cindy, and I will be here. Maybe Jennifer, depending on what she does, and probably not Beth though. Beth, Beth's doing this family mother thing on a holiday.
Yeah.
No, all of her kids are home, so that doesn't. I don't think that happens all that often. So yeah,
No.
go Beth. Have a good day.
Yeah.
All right, folks. If we don't see you on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas to everybody, and thanks for joining us. Hope you had fun. Maybe even learned something. Maybe cost you some money. Sorry. We're out. Bye.
Bye.